Smriti Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryan Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavagaihi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dhritarashtra Uvacha. This is how the Bhagavad Gita begins. The context is presented in the first chapter of the Gita. It opens with a question on the part of Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana's blind father, sitting in his palace. Duryodhana has become the king, wearing the crown. He is an usurper. Dhritarashtra, his father, wants Duryodhana to be the king. At the same time, he wants there should be no war. He doesn't want a war. He wants to avoid war. His hope is Dharmaputra, the eldest of the 5 princes, the rightful heir to the throne, Dharmaputra, because of his commitment to dharma, would walk away, not interested in the kingdom, at the destruction of all the people. What is the use of gaining the kingdom? Thinking on these lines, perhaps he would walk away. My Duryodhana, without a shot, would continue to be the king. There would be no death. Because he knew if the Pandavas fight, Duryodhana has no chance to escape. He knew. But he had some hope. Bhishma was on the side of Duryodhana and Drona also. These 2 people gave him hope. The Bhishma, Drona are very important. If they were not there with Duryodhana, there would have been no war. And so, invincible Bhishma, highly armed Drona, all missiles, mantra-powered missiles. He had too many of them. One too many, really. And so, with these two people, there is no chance for the Pandavas to win. But inside there was fear. Bhima is there. Arjuna is there. So there is a fear. So naturally anxious as he was, he asked his minister, a personal assistant also, kind of a personal advisor like, whose name was Sanjaya, a good person. And Sanjaya was given the power of this audio-visual power. Means what happens far away, he could see and hear both. He had this audio-visual ability. And therefore, there is no place was remote for him. And he could hear, he could see. Because he was given this extraordinary power by Vyasa. So Sanjaya is well equipped now to give ball-to-ball commentary. And so he has, I can give him a commentary. Dhritarashtra uvacha. Dhritam rashtram yena. Dhritarashtraha. Rashtra is the kingdom. A kingdom, an empire, was sustained by whom that person is called Dhritarashtra. He had a name, but he didn't have the kingdom. Because he was blind, therefore it was not given to him, but still he was the eldest. Therefore the respect was total. He was really the king. His words were final. And that's why, Dhritarashtra was to blame a lot. He didn't give that word. If he had told, no fight Duryodhana, give the kingdom back, Bhishma would go with Dhritarashtra, waiting for such a statement. And everybody else. And Drona, we don't know. Bhishma goes, that's enough. Drona, wherever power is, money is, he will go. And that's why, really a Dharitra Brahmana. But Bhishma will go by word. And naturally, then there can't be any war. Dhritarashtra was the kingpin of this. He was the real villain. Dhritarashtra is lying there, Maharaja, on a lazy boy, otherwise in India called the easy chair. Understand? In India it is easy chair, here it is called lazy boy. And on this lazy old man, he is lying, okay? Because he's not a lazy boy, he's a lazy old man, okay? And lying down there, talking to Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra uvacha. And he asked this question, Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Yutsavaha Samavetaha Madiyaha Mamakaha Panduputraha, some Panduputras, Madiyaha Panduputraha Kim Akurvata ye Sanjaya, Kya Kiya? What did they do? Hey Sanjaya, please tell me. He knows Yutsavaha Samavetaha. So they are desirous of fight to settle issues. Yutsavaha, desirous of fight. They are Samavedam Praptaha. They have assembled. Assembled where? Kurukshetra. In a place called Kurukshetra near Delhi. Delhi was always a place of fight. So near Delhi, this is little away from Delhi called Kurukshetra, where there is a huge lake. So I can accept Kurukshetra was really a battlefield. Plain, acres and acres and acres of land, so that you can fight all the armies. It's not in a mountain terrain or something, plain, open land. And then huge lake is there. So that's necessary for all the horses and the elephants. So they had cavalry, and they had camelry, and they had this elephantry also. So these, the rathas, horses are there, and on horses, and the horses that draw the chariots. So these horses were there, elephants were there, and therefore this, that's why it's a Ratha Gaja Turaga Padadi. Infantry was there. All these were there. This is the army, all of them. So you require a lot of water. So huge lake is there. Even today, Kurukshetra, you can go and see. Very interesting. They will say this is Arjuna's place, that is it. Pandas are there. And therefore, so this is a place really to see. I love this place to see. So I wanted to go and see, and I saw the place. It's really something. Kurukshetra. And where is this Kurukshetra? Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. Dharma Kshetra. Dharma Pradhana Kshetre, Kurukshetre. Whole India can be taken as Dharma Kshetra. Dharma Pradhana Kshetra, where Dharma is very important. Everything else comes under Dharma, subserves Dharma. So where the Dharma is always upheld. So Dharma Pradhane Kshetre, in this Punya Bhumi called Bharat, and Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, place called Kurukshetra. And in the Kurukshetra, the capital of the Kurus perhaps at one time, and therefore it is called Kurukshetra. So Kurukshetra, these people have come to fight against each other. Who are those people? He says, look at the word, Pandavaha, Pandu's sons, Pandavaha. They look upon, these Pandu's sons look upon him as father. Now, because he is the older, their own means uncle is like father only. And he is older also, older to their own father. Therefore, more revered. And so this, but he doesn't say that, Pandu's sons. And then who else? My own sons. Mamakaha. See, Mamaka is not my sons. Mamaka is Madiya, my own people. Look at this. My own people, my sons are different. My sons and Pandu's sons are okay. You can say that. But he says, my people and Pandu's sons. Very interesting, So my people should include Pandu's sons. Fight starts here. All conflicts start. This is the Kurukshetra. And this is the Dharma Kshetra also. Dharma Pradhana Kshetra. Why? Because the human body itself is a Dharma Kshetra. Because of some punya, special punya alone, this body one gains, and therefore this is Dharma Kshetra, where you can gather a lot of punya, and therefore Dharma Kshetra. It is called Adhikari Sharira. You can gain all the Purusharthas, you can gain all the way, you can go and gain the ultimate called moksha. In this Sharira alone. This is Rolls Royce, I tell you. Among all the Shariras available, various bodies available on this earth, from a sloth and snail onwards, so this human body is the one special, all custom made for this purpose. For purpose of what? For minimum dharma and ultimate moksha. In no other body you can get that. Dharma also you cannot get. Punya you cannot get because a horse or a donkey or a buffalo or a frog, no animal can get punya. Why? There's no choice. No punya, no papa also. One fellow told me, if that is so, Swamiji, next janma I should be born as a frog. Then what will happen? If I become a frog, there will be no punya, no papa, I will get moksha after living a froggy life. Wait. Because there is sanchita karma. There is an accumulated old account which has got combinations for every type of body. Everybody has got combinations of karma, and for the body of an octopus, that karma must be a lot of dangling karma it is. And naturally, so the body of an octopus, the body, all these funny looking animal bodies, you have got aquatic animals are there, and for all these bodies you have got combination of karma. You require a combination. It is not just one single karma, because you have a life, and the life means different experiences. You require to have different types of karma, and therefore those different types of karma give you a particular body at a given time and place. It's all very important. To be born as a cow, among the animals, cow janma is a great janma. Cow janma is a great janma, but not in this country. Because of Papa you are born here. In the cow also, if there is little punya, you will be born in India. And little more punya, born in Gujarat. Really? Gujarat alone there is no cow slaughter. And therefore, so they have got all these special places for protection of cows. To be born in Gujarat for a cow is definitely punya. There is some punya extra. It is true. There must be some punya to be born there. So, udhar bhi aage piche hota hai. Among the animals also, there is aage piche. Certain dogs are born in the streets to become the targets of every practicing urchins, practicing urchins, And so they go on hitting with the stones and all. But then there are dogs who are never even, they don't even say it, he. He likes only that kind of food. He doesn't like all this, And where does he travel? He is in the back seat of a huge car. And this man has to sit in the front seat. Rather, he occupies the whole back seat. You must have some punya, understand? There again, dogs with some punya. Then is a pet, there's a lot of pet, and it's got a shirt also. It has got this protected. There's a morning vitamins are there, evening walk is there, constitutional walk, because it doesn't walk otherwise. It is there at home. Naturally, it has to be taken for a walk. It has to be taken for a walk. And it is, you hold the leash, and then it is on the leash, and you take the dog. After a few days, dog goes first. You are on the leash, and then you are led by the dog. I get doubt always. When I look at this dog walking first, and then even if he doesn't want to have a walk, it comes and pulls him. Come. And he has to go. And he has to go, and he follows the dog. Sometimes we don't know who owns whom. Who is the master of whom? Must be a little punya, extra punyam. Dog life, but still there is something something different. Well, so that's different combinations of punya papa. All that you have to understand. Punya papa. For every type of sharira, you have, everybody has. Every frog has combinations of karma, and therefore, so there is no chance to escape, from this samsara. So unless all the sanchita karma are exhausted. They cannot be exhausted either because they are countless. Why countless? Beginningless jiva. Jiva has no beginning, and therefore every time you have a body like a human body, where you enjoy free will, you will have punya and papa. We will discuss that later. And therefore, so you gather anadi, even one sharira you have, human sharira equivalent to human sharira, anywhere in the universe, you have one sharira in one cycle of creation, which runs to billions of years, and one cycle of creation, you got one human body or equivalent to a human body, you will have infinite karmas, countless karmas. Why? Because it's a cycle. The creation itself is a cycle. One cycle means no beginning. And therefore you have all combinations of karma for all types of bodies. You have to imagine what kind of karma will give me a life of an octopus. You imagine, okay? What kind of karma, what I might have done, which would give me an octopus life. It's not a very bad karma or anything. Some kind of karma, some funny karma you have. Therefore, octopus life, for which you should study the octopus and how does it act, how does it live. Then all that you should know. Then you can very easily trace in yourself certain traits which make you do certain things. Therefore, suppose you like certain things, and then that will take you to octopus, understand? I don't know, whatever. So this is too much, it's too complex, gahana karmano gati. Even the Gita tells it is too complex, don't too much look into it. It is too much, but then gahan, it is there. Therefore, you have got to gather some punya, especially everybody has all these combinations of karma, and therefore you must have some special punya to get this body, because everything else is in wait, they're all waiting. All these karmas are clamoring, me, 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 me. But then one set of karmas alone, they come forward, they precipitate in this cauldron of karma, and then they come to the front surface and order for a body. Born is a human baby. Wonderful. Jantunam narajanma durlabham. So it is the narajanma. The human body is such a great blessing, it is rare. In fact, nobody looks at it as a blessing. But really it is a blessing. Human body itself is a blessing. You don't require anything else. That you have a human body itself is a blessing. That you are still sane is another blessing. At least people think that you are sane is a blessing. That's what I mean. That is what I mean. I don't mean anything else. And therefore, so that people still think you are sane is a blessing. You have this great opportunity. So it is a dharma kshetra, dharma pradana kshetra, punya kshetra. Dharma you can create. Dharma means punya you can create. Therefore, the dharma kshetra. And then through dharma, you can gain the knowledge, dharma mega. You can gain the knowledge, supreme knowledge, final knowledge, knowledge of the ultimate. Means the one. knowledge of the one that is Brahman, you can gain this knowledge, and therefore it is Dharma Kshetra. Kshetra is the body, where you can discover this. Therefore, Asmin Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samavetam Praptaha, Yutsavaha, Mamakaha, then Pandavaha iti. And therefore, one group of fellows belonging to the Ahankara, the other group of fellows belonging to some samskaras, so good samskaras. Therefore, between these two fellows, so people who are leaning towards dharma and the people who are, people who are leaning towards adharma, people who are leaning towards dharma. The adharma people seem to be very powerful. Dharma people are very few. But then they have got the grace of the Lord Krishna. Okay? So with this, what happened to them? Fighting. Fight starts here, is what I say. Don't reduce everything to this kind of interpretation. But fight starts here. Anything is available for subjective interpretation. Because all fights, all conflicts start here. Because Dhritarashtra thought they are different from us. This is a real what we call this Jnati's problem. This is a real problem of cousins and all that. So this is the problem. And some jealousy, some sibling problem, whatever it is, because he's a blind man. So you can understand all that. So why he was not able to do that? It's all because of denial. He was a blind person. Naturally, he was jealous of Pandu. Therefore, so he has got this problem. He has to settle account. Unless he settles accounts with Bhagavan, and he cannot settle account because he has to take revenge. He has to do something like this. That's what he did. That's what I say. The Mahabharata is a gold mine for psychology. The connections. There's a book there, we have to look into the book. One of you see that, the characters in Mahabharata and the background or something, that's the title I saw. And so that is a study, I'm sure it's a study for thesis, okay? It's all PhD, thesis study it is. So that means it's a good study it is. Mahabharata can give any number of PhD. Because there are a lot of things you can really do. The administration in Mahabharata, this administration about how you governance, the values of governance, and values, what are the value structure? Governance, so value structure. How do you govern a country, people, etc.? So that can be a good thesis. And different topics are available. So this is the conflict inside, and he asked this question, Mamakaha Pandavaha Kim Akurvata He Sanjaya? Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya said, he says, Duryodhana, Raja, he says. Sanjaya had some commitment to dharma. And there is another dharma also, that he has to report properly to the king. That is his job duty, that he is doing. At the same time, he has got a love for dharma, and dharma is with Pandavas. Therefore, Sanjaya's heart seems to be with Pandavas. Seems to be with Pandavas. And Sanjaya tells that these are this Raja Vachanam Abravi. Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravi. Duryodhana always had a small doubt about suspicion about Drona. Will Drona fight for me totally? Or he will fight only just a half-hearted fight? Because these people should be full-hearted. Otherwise, the right time, all the mantras do not transpire in the head. They don't bring out the missiles, all of them. Half-hearted, they cannot really win war. They wanted, Duryodhana wanted Drona to fight with all force, all guns firing. So that's how he should fight. So therefore, he always pampered him, always tried to keep him enthused, and therefore he goes first to him. He Acharya, he tells him, Acharya Mukusangamya, Raja Vachanam Abravit. The Raja is Duryodhana. He is not Raja. He teases Dhritarashtra, you are Raja. Duryodhana the Raja, Vachanam Abravit. Raja, usurper Raja. Raja Vachanam Abravit. Very, very interesting. He says, this a whole chapter talks about different people. Here Bhishma is there, Karna is there, all Jayadratha is there. All these people are here on our sides. On the other side, so Dhrishtadyumna, he is the commander, and so many others are there, Bhima Ityadi, all these people are there. Satyaki is there. So these are the people, and they are, the Abhimanyu is there, Arjuna's son, all these people have assembled here, and then in this they are going to fight. At this time, when he tells, at this time, the Bhishma picked up his conch and blew his conch. Everybody goes to war with a conch also with them. Everybody has a conch, and each conch had a name also. And therefore, Panchajanyam Rishikeshaha, Devadattam Dhananjayaha, Poundram Dadmau Mahashankam, Bhimakarma Vrukodaraha, Ananta Vijayam Raja, Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha, Nakula Sahadevascha, Sughosha Manipushpakav. Everybody has got a name for the conch. So Panchajanyam Hrishikeshaha. Hrishikesha is the Lord Krishna. He picked up his conch and started. So blowing his conch, Bhishma was the first one to start. And once Bhishma started, everybody started. Somebody was beating the drums, and the kettle drums, and the bugles, and they were blowing the bugles, whatnot. The whole place was rent with noise, martial sound, to create the fervor of war. Those days, it's different. Nowadays, all you sit here and press buttons. It's entirely different. So there is all. This is all simple, easy chair war. But then, there they have to fight it out, staying there, just in the battlefield. And therefore, they have to work themselves up. Otherwise, people will run away and keep all the soldiers enthused, as though they are achieving something. All the fellows are going to die. But then keep them engaged, keep them feeling that they are achieving some nonsense, okay? So that's what the war is all about. And therefore, so this, all of them are now in a fervor to fight, etc. And Arjuna was no exception. He also had the same fervor, and he talks to Krishna. Hey Krishna Achyuta, Senayor Ubayor Madhye, Meratam Stapaya. Why he shouted like that? because in the din and roar of that noise, nobody is going to hear even if he is near. Therefore he shouted, like Indians talking through telephone, So, and whenever I hear our Indian friends talking over phone, I always think, why should you talk over phone? You can talk over there. Just they will And he shouted thus, Senayor ubayor madhye, meratam stapaya. Because I want to see kairmaya saha yodhavyam asmin rana samudyame. Oh. He said, Krishna said, yes, sir. Meratam stapaya. There's a little Garabud there. So, meratam stapaya. Because Arjuna is angry. The long wait for settling account. Too many herds were there. All wrought by Duryodhana. And therefore, all these have to be healed. Some of these herds don't heal unless you hurt the other. That is the problem. And therefore, time has come. Wanted to get it all out. So, meratam stapaya. I don't want to fight with all these fellows who were recruited yesterday by Duryodhana. And who are these people? I can't fight with ordinary soldiers. I have to fight with people who count. And who are those people I would like to see on the other side? Please take my chariot in a place from where I can see all of them. Yes, sir. Krishna, having taken up a job, and he did the job well. He didn't feel, I am Dwarka Natha, incarnation of Ishvara, and all that. No. He was a driver, and he played the role of a driver. And he did well. He obliged. So Arjuna, and placed the chariot at the right place. Now, sir, please look. He looked at. Whom did he see? Bhishma, his own great-grand old man, on whose lap Arjuna grew up, who was his model, role model, and he was his idol, and that Bhishma is standing there invincible. And then Drona, who gave him all the nuances of archery. And the next one, so the first lessons of archery he got from another Acharya Kripa. He's another Brahmana. Daridra. Kripa. And then again, all these fellows, so this another Brahmana who became an archer and a teacher of archery. He became a teacher of archery. And he was treacherous at the end. And that was Kripa. And all these people he saw. Kripa, his teacher, Drona, his teacher, then Bhishma, the great-grand old man of the family. He is the stalwart of Kuru family. He is standing there, and all others, he looked at this side also from there. All his own people are there. Bhima is there. Drishtadhyumna is there. Satyaki is there. Nakula Sahadeva is there. All of them are here. And Dharmaputra, of course, is there. Everybody there, Jayadratha, etc., all these fellows. Then he saw both sides, all cousins and nephews, relatives, friends, old acquaintances, either this side or that side. Arjuna felt, what? What kind of fight is this? Who is going to win in this war? Really, it's something nice to talk about about these wars, etc. Nobody wins a war. Nobody wins, especially in Afghanistan. Nobody wins a war. Why? Because what happened? You were fighting against all these Taliban, etc. All the Taliban fellows joined this army. So there is nobody to fight. You are sending all missiles to the caves and to the mountains, etc. Nothing happening. And all the Taliban fellows, whatever they are, these Al-Qaeda fellows, all of them went to Pakistan. They are your ally. So they are with the ally. They are sitting there nicely protected. And whom we are fighting against what? There is nobody to fight. This is war. What is a war? There is no war. Still you are searching for where is bin, where is laden. So you are still searching. So you don't know where the fellow is. So this is how it is, because he is right there with Musharraf. He is protecting him. He is protecting him. He is taking the United States of America for a ride. He has taken this America for a long ride. Hope the ride comes to an end. It will not come to an end. Because if we go on backing the wrong horse, how it's going to come to end, I don't know. Hope it will come to an end. And now we are turning our attention to some another. We have to. There is no other way. You have to. You have to pay attention to this. Then if that is over, another somewhere. It will be there. There is no other way. There is no other way. That's how it is. And so who wins in this war, I am just asking. Nobody seems to win. We all lose. Everybody is losing. All are losing. Arjuna's thinking was this. But this thinking did not happen when he was there in the forest. But he did try to avoid war. He told Krishna, please avoid war, before the war was declared. He did try. All the Pandavas tried. But nothing happened. He could not avoid. Then now it's a time to settle account. Only one person never wanted any negotiation. That was Draupadi. She had not done her hair. For 13 years she had not done her hair. And it is all there with matted locks. And that she is there reminding every one of them, hey, you have not done anything. Yeah? So even suppose afterwards she will begin to do the hair, this hair she has to sacrifice in Tirupati. There is no other way. Because you can't comb the hair. It's all matted hair, not done for 13 years means what? And naturally, so this except that one woman, everybody wanted the war to be avoided. It was not avoided. Arjuna went with it. I will teach them a lesson. So then afterwards, when he saw the people here, Matulaha, Swashuraha, all these people, uncles, cousins, all these relatives, known acquaintances, friends, citizens, his own kingdom citizens, unknown but citizens, saw them all. Arjuna felt, this is useless. What is it that we have come here to do? Duryodhana's wrong thinking brought us to this. In this, I don't think I am really going to establish dharma. Because dharma cannot be established unless the one who lives the dharma is established. Dharmi is important too. Dharmi is protected, dharma is protected, correct? Dharmi means the one who lives a life of dharma. Unless the dharmi is there, no dharma can be protected. So you have to protect scholarship means you have to protect the scholar. There is no scholarship, there is only ship. There is no scholarship. So scholarship doesn't exist except in the scholar. And therefore, unless you protect the scholars, you can't protect scholarship. Unless you protect the dharmis, you can't protect dharma. All the dharmis are here. All of them recruited, given a crash course of training. And they are all brought here for the Arjuna's arrow fodder. Like cannon fodder, arrow fodder. All these fellows can't even button properly. One button is up and the whole is down. And this kind of a thing, these fellows are all brought here in heavy shoes, standing on these heavy boots, ammunition boots. None of them is comfortable. And such fellows, they have not gone through proper training. They are all here to fight for Duryodhana. If they don't fight, they will get killed facing the arrows, and if they run away, and from the backside they will be shot, because Duryodhana will not let them go home. So all these fellows are going to die. What will happen? Who is going to protect the dharma? Unless you live dharma, dharma is never protected. If you have got family conventions, family dharma, etc., all these can be protected only when dharmis are protected. All of them, able-bodied people, are all recruited, conscripted and brought to the warfront. So, how you are going to protect dharma? Even pitris will not get pindas. All the pitris will become lupta pindodaka kriyaha. So they will not get regular shraddhadi karmas. All this will go. There will be varna sangraha, and people will not do exactly what is to be done. And then the women will have no men there at all. Therefore, there is a dearth of men. That means what? So anybody will marry anybody, correct? Anybody will marry anybody, and therefore people cannot really know what by birth there was certain division of duty. That also will be gone. Nobody, because it's all confusion. Everything will be confusion. So this confusion I don't want to cause in the society by just fighting this war. Therefore, nakankshe vijayam Krishna nacha rajyam sukhanicha kinno rajyena govinda kim bhogaihi jivitena va. Nakankshe vijayam Krishna. Hey Krishna, nakankshe vijayam. I'm not interested in victory. If you are not interested in victory, you won't get the kingdom. Do you remember that? Nacha rajyam. I'm not interested in the kingdom. See the sequence. I'm not interested in the kingdom. If you don't have the kingdom, you have to go back. You will have to live a life of penury, life of poverty, life in the forest with all the thorns in your feet. So do you want that? No sukha, no comfort, no royal comfort. Even ordinary middleman, middle income group, people's comfort, even that you won't have. You won't even an apartment you won't have. Understand? And so, what kind of comfort in forest you are going to get? The monkeys are better off, because they are living a natural life. You have to find out a tree house. But the tree itself is a house for the monkeys, therefore they are comfortable. For you, you have to create a tree house and go inside. And always worry that when will the branch will break or not break. It's a problem. Then Arjuna says, no sukha, I'm not interested in sukha. Nakankshe vijayam Krishna nacharajyam na sukhanicha. Even comfort I don't care. Why? Kinno rajyena govinda kim bhogaihi jivitena va. So what is it I'm going to achieve by this for us? What great achievement is there with the kingdom or with all this sukha, etc., when all our people are gone? And thus, visrijya shasharam chapam shoka samvigna manasaha ratopastaupa vishati. Arjuna sat in the chariot. But he was sitting in the chariot, but differently. How? Previously he was like this. Visrijya sasharam chapam. Chapam visrijya. His Gandiva, he dropped. Giving up. It is there still. He didn't throw away or anything. Because that kind of heart he doesn't have still. Here, he lays it down. And along with all the arrows, the quills are there, the arrows, that also he kept it there. Now, Shoka Samvigna Manasaha. So, Shokena Samvigna Manasam is here. Shoka Samvigna Manasaha Ratopastupavishyati. Thus he sat there, overpowered by this shoka, this sorrow. This is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Some people translate this, this is the yoga of Arjuna's sorrow. Arjuna's despondency yoga. How? That is one yoga. There are so many yogas, this is one yoga. You have to practice this Arjuna's sorrow yoga. From this it is very clear. Yoga means sangatihi. Yoga Shabda has got the meaning of sangati, topic. Arjuna Vishada is the topic. First chapter is over. Kya baat hai? Now, second chapter. Sanjaya Uvacha. You see, it's always direct speech. All our Puranas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, all of them direct speech. Therefore, who started, we don't know. So after some time you will find Ella Uvacha, Uvacha, Uvacha. So then, so it is a direct speech. Within the speech and speech and speech like this it comes. It's a wonderful thing for making the child to remember things. Keep track of your thinking. Otherwise you have to, while talking, you have to ask, na enna sonne, what did I say? You have to ask the audience all the time. What did I say? What did I say? I have to ask. Then they also, if you don't know, how are they going to know? And therefore, so they don't need to remember, and therefore they don't remember. And you need to remember, you don't remember. How they are going to remember? Therefore, God. So here, in Panchatantra stories you will find, then there is a story. When a story is told by somebody, and then there is a story, I tell you a story. The story is told. Then there again one more, I will tell you one story. That fox told. And then another story, and another story, and another story. Who started the story first? There's a story within a story, within a story, within a story. That's called life. Really. All problems. If you look at your life also, it is like this. This is how it happened, that happened, this happened, this happened, the whole life is nothing but a bunch of noodles, I tell you. You have all kinds of... You never pick up one single noodle. It doesn't come. It's always a bunch. And then you try to make it all into, you roll it up and then try to put still one or two getting out of your mouth hanging there. So this is called noodle. Whole life is bunch of noodles. You don't know where is the beginning, where is the end, which is the one, what is what. All are mixed up, everything. So here, Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya said, what? Tam tata kripaya vishtam ashru purna kulekshanam vishedantam idam vakyam uvacha madhusudanaha. Sanjaya tells that Lord Krishna said, again one more uvacha comes. So Sanjaya tells Dhritarashtra, tam tata kripaya avishtam Ashrupurna kulekshanam vishedantam idam vakyam uvacha madhusudanaha. Madhusudanaha, madvakyam asuram, the one who destroyed the asura called Madhu. Whatever, that's a different thing. So this Madhusudana, Lord Krishna, so told Tam, means Tam Tata, told this our Arjuna. What kind of Arjuna? Vishidantam. One who is in despair, in this sorrow, and whose eyes are locked with tears, that he was in this situation where he was supposed to fight. All eyes are upon Arjuna. Even the balconies are full. All the Devatas and Gandharvas and Yakshas are all assembled. Arjuna is going to fight. Dekho, udhar hai Arjuna. One Gandharva tells, hey, there, dekho. Where? There. That is Arjuna. See there, Krishna is there. That yellow scarf, yes, that is Krishna. That is Krishna. And behind is Arjuna. So all the eyes are upon Arjuna. And Gandharvas, Yakshas, all of them have come on their wings. And they are all watching. Arjuna is going to fight. Everybody, even Bhishma on the other side, has a smile within himself that I will see Arjuna fighting. And Drona also has got an enthusiasm that I will have a chance to see Arjuna fighting. Everybody, even the opponents want. Like these, even Australians, they said to me, they said to the press that when Tendulkar was playing, we also wanted to watch how Tendulkar plays, because there is something about him. We wanted to watch him playing, even though we want to get him out. When he got out, we were happy, we were unhappy. We were happy because we got rid of this fellow, but we were unhappy because we didn't see enough of Tendulkar. That was Arjuna. And therefore, all our even opponents want to see what Arjuna is going to do. And naturally, Arjuna knows all this. And he is in a situation where his heart is filled with all these emotions. My own people I have to destroy. He is not interested. So he didn't shed tears because he was too well-trained person to lose himself totally to the emotions. But at the same time, emotions, what they are, they take care of the fellow. And therefore, Arjuna's wisdom, Arjuna's culture, Arjuna's temper, everything, temperament, etc., disposition, all these seem to be nowhere around, all overwhelmed by this emotion. And therefore, Krishna has got to say something. Kutastva kashvalamidam. Vishame samupastitam anaryajyushtam aswargyam akirtikaram Arjuna klaipyam masmagam of partha naitatvayu upapadyate Kshudram kridaya daurbalyam tiktva uttishta parantapa. Arjuna, what are you doing? Who I'm talking to? Is it Arjuna or Arjuna? Who is this fellow? Who is this fellow? I don't know whether it is Arjuna that I know or this Arjuna I am talking about. What? So, Klaipyam Masmagam of Partha, I don't know whether you are a man or a woman. Woman has got a way of fighting. Man has got his own way of fighting. But then, I do not know who this fellow is. Even your voice seems to have changed. Your frequency has changed. Your behavior has changed. What are you talking? This is battlefield, Arjuna. In this battlefield, you are supposed to act, not talk. Come on, get up. Kutastu akashmalamidam, vishame samupastitam. If you told me when you were in the forest, Krishna, yes, see the mountains, sure, good. You see the brooks here, nice. Why should we go back to Kurukshetra and fight? You need not. So can you teach me what is ultimate end of life? If you had asked me there, that's a different thing. But not here, sitting here, and now in the battlefield, not only you are in the battlefield, You brought me into this, and not only you brought me into this, you handed over yourself, your horses, your chariot, all this to me, and I am taking a horse that doesn't even start. I am ready to lose money, on a horse, but not when it runs is good, but it doesn't want to run. It wants to run the other way. Ye kya baat hai? This is not acceptable to me. This is unbecoming, Arjuna. Kutastva kasmalamidam vishame samupastitam anarya jushtam. This is not becoming of an Arya. Arya means whose thought, whose disposition, whose word and action, all are in one alignment. Anarya jushtam. Aswargyam. This will neither take you to heaven, nor it will take you to any kind of a fame. Or Arjuna was such a wonderful man. He walked away from the battlefield. What? Buddha walked away from home. That is okay. There was no battle or anything. He walked away from home. Suddenly he discovered after so many years that there is death in life after all. So what a life it is. He had lived a life so protected that he didn't know there is disease. He didn't know that there is death. He didn't know all these. All these things struck him once, I don't know what. He walked away. That is something great. Walked away. Walking away is not going to solve problems. But he tried to solve those problems, for which he walked away from that protected life. He had to walk away. Perhaps, otherwise he would be protected, too much protected. But then, here, look at our Arjuna. He is not walking away from the palace or something. He is facing a battlefield. So this is not, he is in the battlefield. He is facing an army. At this time to walk away is not correct, having brought Krishna also into the whole scene. Therefore he says it is anarya jushtam, aswargyam, akirtikaram. It will not redound to your name. It will definitely bring bad name. Arjuna was great. He was a great archer until the battle began. That is what people will talk. You will be a laughing stock. For generations, Arjuna would be a laughing stock. You would become an example for a typical coward. And that's exactly, even though you may have certain feeling, but that is not going to be what people will discuss about. They will say that you, out of sheer fear, you ran away. Even if they don't think, Duryodhana would make sure they think so. With all the media with him. And therefore, Arjuna, so Akirtikaram Arjuna, Klaibhyam Masmagamah Partha. Kliba means neither man nor woman. Then that fellow is called Kliba. And Klibasya Bhava Klaibhya. That's why I told you. I told you what? I don't know, Arjuna. Your whole mannerism just reminds me of that fellow, who walks, who looks like a man. I thought he's a man. No, this fellow is behaving differently. And therefore, Klaibhyam Masmagamaha, He Partha, Naitatvayu Upapadyate, this doesn't befit you at all. If it is some soldier is talking, it's a different thing. And some trained soldier is talking, that is also a different thing. Some unknown prince is talking is another different thing. Or a known prince is talking is a different thing. And a renowned prince is talking is a different thing. But Arjuna is talking is not a different thing. This is not correct. Yeta tvayi naupapadyate. Kshudram hridaya deurbalyam tektva. This weakness of heart, giving up, uttishta parantapa. Get up. How many titles you have got? Every one of them saying that you are Savyasachi, you are ambidextrous with right hand, with left hand you can send arrows, without blindly you can send arrows, you have converted day into night, ityadi, you have got different titles you have got. And one of them, Parantapa, the one in whose presence enemies just disappear and burnt to ashes. So that kind of titles you have got, Arjuna, and therefore, so don't talk like this anymore. This is the talk of a friend, philosopher and guide. Lord Krishna had a whip in his hand, which he was keeping it for the horses. But I don't think he ever used the whip for the horses. Krishna knew his horses. And he used to say, go, go, they go. Run, they will run. Turn left, that kind of horses. Krishna was such a great charioteer. He didn't need a whip, but he used this tongue lashing. He used the whip of his tongue to lash Arjuna with little bit of exaggeration, as though Arjuna is frightened. He made him feel that still some kind of a anger, that you are frightened, you are a coward. In this form he talked. So that would definitely sting Arjuna, and Krishna knew there is going to be a response. What response? Next class. Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.